Chance17, aka Chancelad. Now, today you will see that we are not playing the all-famous Russian planes that my channel is known for. No, ladies and gentlemen, today we are playing the Russians because Kobe Killer 859 swayed me to play the Russians. Now you will see I'm already to the IL-1942. Let me take all this crap off the screen for one moment. Come on now. There we go. So you will see I am in IL-1942 because 1941 was fully aced, and I want to keep moving down the tree. And I was quite surprised they actually had this plane historically accurate for its battle damage and all that. It can't carry as many rockets as it did during World War II, but that's fine. So, we have the full lat attire. We got how many German kills I got right there, pretty nifty, and the North Korean roundel. And I will tell you that story in a moment, why I did the North Korean roundel. And we're back. Now, the reason I use the North Korean roundel, especially on this plane, is that during the Korean War, which we're in right now, it was a huge involvement. It was involved in the Korean Air Force, North Korean, in the roundel. But I use it in general because I like to mess with people a little bit, you know, and throw B-17 big tails. I mean, y'all seen them. The tail of a B-17 on most of them, there's so much real estate on it, you can freaking patch anything on there you want to. Some people do the 18th Bomber Commander Squadron. No, I like to play a little alternative history. What if the Koreans get a hold of B-17? North Korean roundel. Boom. Now, enough of my, trivial trivia. We're going to talk about this plane right here. Now, with this iron bathtub it has, it's easy to survive most things, but the one disadvantage up until Tier 3 when you get the IL-2Ms, or 1943s, is that there's no gunner. So I really can't protect myself from anything. Including the fact that I can't, protect myself either, because this plane is very sluggish and slow, but it has a huge amount of ammo and payload. So I really can't complain about that part. Everything has its downsides, but it does handle extremely well at low altitudes, which really helps me sometimes with the fighters. And since it has a low stall rate, I'm able to slow down and let other fighters go past because they're not thinking about it. I'm a slow, heavy plane. I can bleed speed pretty quick. Another tactic you want to do in this plane is stay as low as physically possible. Don't go too high, because you don't want to be a fighter altitude. You don't want to go too low, because you just heard me clipping that tree right there. In World War II, these pilots of these planes, the Aleutians, they literally stayed so low the plane's propeller was clipping the leaves. There's been reports where planes were flying so low, pilots were able to spit in Germans' faces. And that was very uncommon during World War II. It's pretty freaking normal, apparently, in War Thunder, seeing how many people dive down to the deck most times, but in World War II, it was uncommon to see a plane below 2,000 feet. And if you did, that was a serious problem for either you or the enemy, because either way, planes aren't supposed to go that low. Now, usually my tactic on this map is to take out the bridges unless they beat me to them. So we're going to find out if they beat me to them or not. I also got the first rocket upgrade on this, so I had the RS-82s, not the, RS-132s, which can pin most tanks, which is really interesting. And also that rocket accuracy in this game is interesting as well, because you can actually make it to where you can have sidewinder missiles, basically. They're not lock-on, but they explode at a certain distance, which is really cool, because if they explode at a certain distance, you can use those against bombers and stuff, bomber hunt, which is really useful if you ask me. We're gonna come in to bomb this bridge. Looks like the dude tried to do it and missed. Got light tanks going on here. Oh yeah, very nice. I apologize in advance for my horrible rocket accuracy. I rarely use rockets. I'm more of a bomb person. And this is where the downside of the plane starts to come in right here, where I'm attempting to escape these guys. I can't do it. Slow down here, drop a few bombs, all four actually, make sure I get that bridge. Take out a pillbox, bridge destroyed. Only two? What? Oh, he must have got one. And this is also where this plane truly shines as well. Straight because it's so slow and so maneuverable at low speed, you can get a pretty good strafe run out of some of these areas. Now, Korea, it's kind of hard because all the trees, but I believe, in my opinion, some maps are it just dominates. Like, that was horrible. Like, them older maps where it's just, you in the battlefield, that's a huge advantage. 90% of my grind on the IL-1941 was on those maps. Because I was such a low tier, they just threw me in those maps. But we're going to get these artillery kills and the RTB. I'll show you another really cool thing about this plane, and how easy it is to land. Because like I said, it's slow, so it's easier to land than some fighter bombers like the A-20G or the A-36 at this tier. The Ju-87 especially, because the Ju-87 has a fixed gear and you can snap that off if you're not careful. Alright. We'll go for another one. Yes, I know it's not a joke, don't make fun of me. It's on fire. You would have liked if the things that were on fire would blow up. That would be awesome. But they don't, apparently. Because that makes sense. Right? War Thunder logic? That works. It is worse, and I'll show this plane truly signs with the iron bathtub that can protect the pilot. Because that was one major problem I had with the SU-2s and the BBs, was my pilot sniping, especially if AA, was unbelievable. Every time I got in that plane, I was guaranteed a pilot snipe. Not even kidding. I mean, it was almost like I was ready to get pilot sniped, and I was just avoiding every way to get a pilot snipe. But I will just say this, though, for the BB should be tiered up, because that plane is a god. Not even kidding. I got like 20 ground kills. Oh, see what I was talking about? The trees on here are like freaking metal rods. If you touch them, they kill you. But we will head back to base, and we'll finally see you then. Alright, sorry about that. I got some research on my Yak-9 here. I was gonna show you all the whole iron bathtub that I was talking about. Now, I will be honest. Well, we got a minute to kill, so this plane will surprise you when I show you the X-ray first. You will see something really interesting about this plane. The cooling, liquid cooling, which is water, is in the front. Now, I find that very useful because most of the time in fighter bombers like that, I leak oil or fuel, or I leak water more than oil. But the downside is the oil system's right there, but the engine is huge and it has such a durability, it's unbelievable. Also, another thing you'll notice is there's 2 fuel tanks around the pilot because they were so gutsy of putting the iron bathtub around, which I'll show you in a second. They put every fuel tank they can around and the oil cooling system. Now let me show you the armor here. You'll see the whole front's an iron bathtub basically. And this was the, you could say, basis for the A-10 Warthog. Now keep in mind, the A-10 Warthog was designed in the 60s, late 60s, early 70s when the Cold War was still basically at its height. So Boeing said, or Thunderbolt said, hey guys, let's make a freaking Warthog with the same type of iron bathtub that was used on the Aleutian 2s during World War II. Let me show you something of my personal favorite attack plane on the American side. This plane is the same thing, just, different packaging. Okay, so you'll see the flaw of American planes. It's the same thing. You see this? No iron bathtub or anything. It's not hard hitting. I mean, it is hard hitting, granted, but it's not fast or anything. We go in the X-ray, you'll see nothing's protected. The fuel tank's in between the pilot and the gunner and everything. This is pretty much the same battle rating, just, like I said, a different thing. But here's the difference. This has a gunner, and it also has thicker skinning and all that. But I will find you all in the next match. Be right back. Alright, and we are back with, this time on the Japanese map of Calico. I don't know, it's Warren. I do apologize, that's my best of names. I may know a lot of history, but I know crap about names. So, like I said, we're gonna pull a whole little World War II ancestry here and go down to the deck. But I noticed something interesting when I was playing my other plane, the IL-2 1941, at battle rate 2.7 against Japanese. None of their guns could hurt me. I did 3 flyouts in this plane from the airfield. I landed and I came back, I landed and I came back. No plane could hurt me. This one plane unloaded all his ammunition, typed in chat like, how many sparks can you get from one IL-2? And I can't type in all when I'm in game because I leave my team just in case I tell the team something. Because like I said, PlayStation, so. But anyways, back to what I was saying about this plane, yeah. I mean, granted, it's not as bad, it's not bad, alright? It's just the whole slow flying, unmaneuverable thing. The Helldiver's a lot worse. Because the Helldiver is meant for light Navy attack, not ground attack, which I use it for a lot until I got the torpedo. But I mean, you could almost compare this to the A-10 Warthog of today's world. The A-10 Warthog, the A-10 Thunderbolt 2, which is a really, really good attack aircraft. In fact, they tried to retire it. The Congress tried to retire that, and the Air Force Brigadier General said, no, you don't need to retire that. We just need upgrades. That's what they did. They upgraded it. It's going to stay in service long into 2050. So was the B-52, and I wish they had that in this game. If they had the B-52 in this game, oh, I would be unstoppable. I would be untouchable. Because that plane doesn't have, I mean, the earlier versions had gunners on them, but the later versions didn't. It was so much faster. And it carries such a payload. Oh, man, it's like crazy. But I will be telling you this, though. I'm going to try to play some more variety of games, because I know you guys really like War Thunder and all, but there's some other stuff you like playing, such as, I don't know, Battlefield, stuff like that. I'm also trying to get a new game and do a mini Let's Play series. I'll think about getting that in a little bit. I'm also trying to work with Corey and Kobe Killer 599, Corey Hunter, to get my, to get everything ready for us to do more videos together. So we don't have very much time on our hands, like I said, we all have school, I have work now. So there's not much time we have to actually do stuff together. But when we do, it's pretty freaking funny, as you can tell. You all really enjoyed me and Kobe arguing, and I mean, that's just fantastic. That's what I want to see. This channel to grow to the way I want it to grow. It's just a part-time thing, I'm just gonna just do it to do it. Japanese were fighting Japan, not gonna die. Oh, that's... You're very, very mercy. He's a very brave man. Alright. Wow, that AA though. Okay. So we're not taking that pillbox. Get that. It does kind of reminds me of, honestly, World of Warplanes is one attack. There we go. The I can't remember now. It keeps slipping my mind. The one where they're in the desert or whatever, and you're fighting. I played a little bit of World of Warplanes. Didn't like it very much. It was too crazy. Oops, red race flash. Like, I didn't like it personally because it was too arcadey. I'm really into that realistic crap. Like, the more realistic I can get, the better. Especially when I'm playing with people. But I mean, just was a little bit too much for me. Just too arcadey, too crazy. Too much. I also like how they updated the Japanese tanks and stuff to match their appropriate tanks now, because before it was Shermans, and now it's actual tanks, whatever tanks they have now. Which, by the way, I'm going to try to get a video of that with me and Kobe here soon as well. So, seriously. Freaking idiot. That's what I'm talking about right there. People don't know how to fly at low altitude, they're not paying attention, they'll die. You just saw it happen yourself. Ooh, if I don't pay attention, I'm gonna die. As soon as I say that. Line up on a Thursday. I also want to get a racing game. That's another thing I want to do. for trying to get back into the racing genre, because I've been out of it for a little bit. So last time I played it, I was on Xbox, and y'all heard horrible quality of those videos. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun year, guys. Awesome. And we're gonna help our buddy here. Hopefully, he doesn't die first. Come in and be Superman and save the day. If I can get to him.
Somebody attack him!
Oh, and one more downside of this plane. No air brakes, but I'm totally fine with that. I barely use air brakes anyways. So, crit hit, another crit hit. Oh my god, crit, jeez. Took out all of his gunners. See, this plane is absolutely devastating if you can get behind someone to get the kill. But if you can, you're really kind of screwed. But I mean, why would I be complaining? You know,
Thank you
that's
very
got
much.
kills. So.
A little more effort and victory will be yours. Roger that.
All right, we're gonna get these last 2 kills, and we're gonna call it a game. I think it's last 2. Oh, 4. Oops. We're gonna last these last 4 kills and call it a game. Although Kobe did make a very good point, though, that it's kind of annoying when you got a strafe, you know, everything. Like, pilots come down a strafe. He said it gets really annoying in hyperation. Sometimes it does. I mean, everybody's got to get points, but you know, leave the work with me. You know, like leave the work to the ground attacker, not the attackee. But I'm going to get this kill, and we're gonna call it a game. And everything. So let's see. Just laying around here. Anywhere attacking, so you're gonna there's some more this way. I don't have any more bombs. I got a little bit of MGs. I'm an RTV because of that attack bombers. So let's see. Where's our airstrip? Go up that way. This guy's being crazy in the chat. He needs to relax. Let's skip the ground here. Make sure no one gets me. I'd say it's a pretty good game if I myself. See how many kills we got and stuff. I mean, on average, honestly, I die in the first like 5 minutes. Couldn't even tell. And either because I get clipped by trees or 8 people gang me.
Attack the enemy!
So
Let's keep the pressure on. Victory is close.
I will cut this. Alright, we are on final approach. Now, I was thinking of doing a video in PBJ because it's really fun to use that plane in cockpit view. Like it's like a B-25 Mitchell, but it's ground attacker, so it's got a really cool bomber cockpit and all that. So I was thinking if you all wanted to slap that like button, as Sky would say, my apologies, to see some PBJ gameplay of me doing terrible, pretty much, flying the PBJ and ground attacking. I mean, I'm not that bad, but it's just, I might use the newer variant, the H, not the J or whatever with cannon on it. It's really dealer's choice, honestly. So, final approach, we're getting speed. See how heavy this plane is, how much speed I blade in like 8 seconds? Craziness, right? Soft touch. The brakes are really good too, in my opinion.
Attack the
Again,
A point.
it is a heavy plane.
Attack the
So.
enemy.
God, sometimes the chat, it gets insane and it gets so annoying. You sit there and you spam it up and all that. It's just horrible. I wish people had common courage like they did back in the day. And we will cut this again and take it back to when we're back in combat.
Somebody
And I would like to say that this has been a very productive
Just keep it up,
game
and
right here.
victory will be ours.
But it's gonna look close. It looks like it's gonna be a clutch. I mean, it's me versus 953. I don't think it's even playing right now. Oh, no, he's not. He's got one. All right. Should I go for that guy? Yep, let's go for him. I mean, we gotta take out this guy, right? Battle priorities. Pray God don't get intercepted by anything. Yeah, cause that guy crashed. Great. Hopefully, can you repair? I'll ask him, can you repair? Okay, I'm not gonna ask my repair because every time I press my talk button, it targets. Oh, there's BF-49. That's not good. Oh crap. No. Juke. Looks like he's pretty much worn down, yeah. The AA did a good job on him. I think. Is he on fire? That's good. Oh, this is so confusing. I'm not sure if it's on fire or not. KF-45. Whoa! Sparkle. Oh, it's not my job. Now I'm about to show you the one disadvantage of this player is damage. When I get damage, you know, I will lose control of my rear air valves and stuff. I have no flat control whatsoever. Right now. Almost. Nope. Come on, sparkle. Oh. Well, that's the game, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and, leave a like, all that fantastic stuff. Bye! Oh, ruined my life, not saying the truth. There's bed in the bed, plus the rest is you. Say ho, won't you follow me into the jungle? Ain't no God on my streets in the heart of the jungle.
Let's keep the pressure on.
Follow
Victory
me
is close.
into Ain't no God on my streets in the heart of the jungle. Won't you follow me into the jungle? Right with these idiot lies.
Somebody attack him!
And let's be those underneath all nights. And I heard the thunder, I could hear the rain.
Cover me!
They're just different names. Say, oh, won't you follow me into the jungle? There ain't no God on my streets in the heart of the jungle. Follow me into the jungle. Ain't no God on my streets in the heart of the jungle. Won't you follow me into the jungle?